Hey, travelers. What did we learn by staying in an Airbnb for about a month? I'll tell you what we learned. We learned that just because you can be the Jeffersons and live in the sky doesn't mean you want to. It doesn't mean that you actually want to be on an elevator, a hot elevator, going up to the 32nd floor on a regular basis, multiple times a day, with groceries at times. Yeah. I would have never thought that I wouldn't have liked the 32nd floor, but I did not. All right. We learned that you can live out of the country and have Western standards met at, at a third of the cost. So for each of our Airbnbs that you're going to see, it was about $35 a night. So if that interests you, stay tuned and check them out. Oh, and we also learned that there's just some critters that's gonna crawl all the way up to the sky high. Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you about the Airbnbs that we stayed at. Okay, get in here. For real, for real. So we stayed in one Airbnb. We stayed in one Airbnb that we absolutely loved, which I showed on a previous video. I'll add it over here somewhere so you can actually like see a little bit of it. But that Airbnb was amazing. It was only 539 for like 14 nights. And during our search, we found a building that we really liked. So keep in mind, the first Airbnb that we really loved was Massery Tower. And that one was awesome. So there's a whole bunch of different, like, what we would call like apartment complexes or condos in this area. And they're positioned in different spaces closer and further away from different things. Well, there was a tower called the Beverly Tower, and I had been stalking the Beverly Tower since like I don't know, 3 years ago. Like, I followed them as they were actually building the Beverly Towers, and different YouTube content creators would basically show off this area as they were developing it. And so I was like, I knew I wanted to stay in the Beverly Tower, right? So when we viewed the Beverly Tower, I was like, okay, I do like it. See, I love it. It's nice. It's nicer than the others. So we kind of was like falling in love with the Beverly Tower. And we was torn between our Airbnb that we loved and the Beverly Tower, which was also in closer proximity to the mall. It's already a short walk. All right. This we're talking about like maybe 7 steps shorter, but you don't have to cross the street. All right. So that was like a plus for me. But anyway, so we decided to get an Airbnb at the Beverly Tower to kind of test it out to see if we liked it. We did not. We did not. So I'll show a little picture and maybe a little video of like the Beverly Tower over here. The apartment itself, not like the full tower or the full like complex or anything, but the apartment. This is the apartment at the Beverly and what it looks like on the inside. And we were on the 32nd floor. Yes. No, no. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that you immediately or quickly, let me say this, you quickly start to shift. And I definitely see why posh people, rich people can kind of come off as some kind of way because, of course, we were like excited to be in what seemed like a better looking complex, a better looking apartment, like just a higher end, right? Compared to where we were. But ultimately, and I really liked the area. I loved the view. All right. But you quickly start to see that you will like adjust very quickly to like rich people problems. And I put that in quotations because one would think that living on the 32nd floor would be amazing. Amazing, right? Yeah, well, out here the hallways of a complex is really really hot. It's like there's no air conditions in the hallway and there is like very little air condition on the elevator. Sometimes it's a lot and sometimes most times is not. Especially when you first get down here, it just feels like the takeover of heat, okay? So going up the elevator to the 32nd floor in an awkward elevator ride was literally draining and dehydrating. We hated it. We hated it. We were so high in the air. We could hear like the big, huge air condition units on two different like towers. We could hear them kick on multiple times a day, like really loud. Like it was crazy. Just so happened the Airbnb apartment that we had was positioned where we could just only see primarily in people's houses. Now, although it was not the best view, and the loud noise and the constant long ride up the elevator, the worst of the worst part was that there was critters in there. Anyway, yes, we had joked because we were like, "Hey, like we hadn't seen any critters because when you move out of the country, like they're always like, "Oh, there's like weird critters, like, beware." And so we were like grateful. We were like, "We haven't seen any Vietnamese critters like in our place." And so it was really awesome. Well, when we got to the Beverly apartment, that particular apartment had some critters that we were not, and then they were baby micro mini ones. So we were like, we have to go. Luckily, the Airbnb host was understanding. They knew what they had over there. So they did issue me like a refund and we got out of there as quick as possible. But we didn't really like it. So all the things that we thought that we would like about the Beverly, the fact that it had a co-working space, the fact that it had a gym, which we did not get to use because of the way that Airbnb was set up, your card didn't give you access to the gym or the co-working space like our first Airbnb did give us access to just about everything and all the amenities. And so we loved the first place, Mastery Towers. And there's another place, Lumery, that's actually really good. So we got a really good discount, thankfully so, for the Beverly. Um, but we did pay about $539 for 14 days at Massery Towers. This particular apartment that we stayed at is currently under a long-term rental now, so it's not available for the near future for the next year. But we know why, because it was freaking amazing. But this particular Airbnb host does still have a few other units available in the area. And this host was beyond amazing, beyond accommodating. And I recommend this host right here if you're coming to Vietnam. All right. That's all I got right now. Okay, so let's sum this up. What did we learn? We learned that all the places in this area actually do meet Western standards, and they're really nice. Places like the Beverly have better accent pieces, as you've seen in that particular video, which makes it even nicer. We learned that Airbnb prices are pretty consistent, all right, with about $38 or $35 a night. All right. But I will tell you that local prices are cheaper. So if you are looking to stay long term, definitely try to lock in a local price over an Airbnb price. What else did we learn? We learned that just because you would think that you would like something, in theory, it sounds good, but in reality, you may not actually like it. Under different circumstances, I actually probably would like the 32nd floor. Not in this case. We learned that when not to be so hard on people who complain because they actually might have a valid point. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna enjoy the rest of my day and literally look out of this window. I really I really need to get out more. I'm gonna I need to get out. I don't want to get out. I don't want to get out. I have been really loving it, guys. I have been loving it. I'll tell you more. If you stay tuned, check out the next video. I'll show you some of the apartments that we did check out. And you'll get to see all that's available out here in this area. If you're ever interested in coming to visit, it's really outside of the flight. It would be a really inexpensive vacation. If you want to do a family vacation, it would be a great spot to come because you are in walking distance to a little night amusement park. There's a water park. park, as you've seen. It's all kinds of stuff here. So, like, there's something to do. And then you can take a grab ride for $4, 40 minutes away if you wanted to, and go like into the city to all the popular tourist attractions. I haven't really had an interest in doing all that yet. I've been getting accustomed to the area, which is code for nothing. I've been enjoying myself. Okay, I am clearly old, but I'm not mad about it. I'm actually happy with it. It is what it is. But for you guys, I'm gonna get out there and do some stuff. I'm gonna get out there and do something. All right. All right. Anyway, bye.